Yo, this is the Ned's Declassified podcast. Once again, this is Kirk. With me, I have my bro.
What's up? I'm Jacob. I'm here. I'm back. We watched the fundraising / competition episode.
Yeah, season 3, episode 15. Original air date. It was March 7th, 2007, I believe. We're blasting.
Yeah.
We're blazing through 2007 yet again.
Mm-hmm. Hell of a year.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, presumably a good time.
What are you drinking today?
Still on top of the world. It's the Victory Sour Monkey, a classic.
Very nice. I'm drinking Land Shark Lager.
That's a classic as well.
Not too bad, nice beach beer.
Yeah. No lime or nothing? Is that a thing that you do with that or no?
You can't. Yeah, you could do lime in them because they're pretty similar to Coronas, honestly.
Right.
I don't have any limes, so I didn't put any lime in it.
Oh, we do have another episode directed by Fred Savage today. The Savant.
Yeah, another Fred Savage episode. I think overall, without doing too many spoilerinos, massively forgettable episodes.
Ooh. Yeah. I can definitely understand what you mean, and I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Hear you and I feel you.
But to jump right into the fundraising first part, they are raising money by selling chocolate bars. Classic school thing to do.
Very
but
SpongeBob-y.
The thing is, exactly. But the thing is with this one, is that there's a grand prize. If you get a golden ticket in your chocolate bar, then you can win a flat screen TV and an Xbox. So
yeah, that's sick.
That's pretty exciting.
I mean,
but the thing is, like, these kids selling it, they're not going to get the prize. So, like, why are they so motivated?
That's such a fucking good point because the whole thing hinges on that, and they don't even address it. It doesn't even come up until the end of the episode, though, because Gordy is obviously, spoiler zone, Gordy actually buys the chocolate bar that has the ticket in it, and he actually discards it, and it ends up being taken by Coconut Head, who wins the thing. But like you said, it makes no sense to set up the incentive for them to, like, what the fuck is the salesman getting out of it?
The salesman's getting nothing. They're just the joy and the honor of selling.
They're just goddamn worker bees for the man.
Yeah.
For Durga.
It's like it's like those like scam jobs, those scam like marketing jobs where like they have you like go door to door and you only make commission, know?
I think Durga is part of a chocolate pyramid scheme where you have to have a collection of children where you're able to, she like co-opted it. It's like, I
think that's exactly what happened.
She like bought a bunch of chocolate bars for like $5 for fucking, a bunch of chocolate. She's like, here, sell it for $30, Yeah, and then she's like, you owe me $60. She's the loan shark throughout the whole episode.
She was so mad the whole time. I thought she was going to like break their knees or something. I thought she was going to go full bookie style.
Because it is her personal money that's at stake here. This isn't goddamn
It's her cash. She did the upfront investment,
Yeah.
The school didn't front that.
Well, Durga addresses the class. She's like, this is a flabby world we live in. People are fat. That's why you're going to sell them chocolate. Chocolate sells.
And she like points at them when she says flabby too. She's like, you guys.
No one in particular. She didn't point at Ruben, whatever the guy's name. What's the guy?
That famous extra? Is that who you're thinking of?
Yeah, I always Randy Jackson.
Or are you thinking
Randy Jackson?
Oh, you're thinking of Randy Jackson. I thought you're thinking of the red-cheeked kid because he's in this show.
No, I'm thinking of Randy Jackson.
Yeah, no, Randy Jackson was not in the crowd. I don't know where he's been.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
But I do remember in high school, like, kids doing this, like, selling, like, that shit chocolate out of the boxes. I don't know what it was for. I never sold it.
I think Band did it.
It was for the band? Okay.
I think they did it among others, probably. Damn. But imagine a flat screen TV in 2007. I mean, what kind of quality television you think?
That's a plasma.
That's a plasma.
That's TV. A plasma for sure. Yeah.
Outdated technology.
And it's gonna be absolute dog water. The thing's gonna be. It's gonna be.
What's the resolution?
I mean, I think they were. I have to imagine they were HD. They were probably like 720p, but like They were so expensive, and then they immediately became irrelevant because technology just surpassed it so quickly. You know?
Even Durga wanted, like, the TV. I feel like everybody...
You want the TV.
Like
Plasmas were big, dude.
Well, I was thinking about, like, probably a lot of people still at this time, all these guys, like the teachers especially, they still have, like, old TVs that weigh, like, 500 pounds. They're, like, you know...
Oh, for sure.
2 feet deep with tubes in them.
That Gordy lives in, like, a sick trailer, like, fucking, like, Lethal Weapon style, you know? Like, he's got, like, the TV set up with the bunny ears and shit. Yeah. He's eating just a tray of macaroni. I feel like I picture that, and I imagine a lot of the other teachers are like that, too. But especially Gordy.
Yeah, Gordy lives like that. Chopsaw lives like that. Mr. Lowe might live like that, even though he's got all those
Or, like,
degrees.
Once Upon a Time in L.A., like, Brad Pitt style, you know?
Yeah.
It's all the same vibe. It's all there.
Right. Yeah, so, I mean, Ned and Cookie, basically, they become crackheads for chocolate. They eat all the bars.
Yeah.
And then they get...
And they had the horrible fucking noise, like Stinger. It was like the... You know, like when they were, like, holding their stomachs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh.
Well, they get dope sick. They get dope sick off the chocolate.
They do, yeah.
They're nauseous.
And then Moze won't sell them any rocks. It's fucked up.
Yeah, she's like, I won't sell to friends. It's not right. You guys have a problem, an addiction.
It's fucked up. You all have a family.
You guys got to go to the chocolate clinic. They become carnies.
I can't believe they ate all the...
They literally
why
become...
did they eat all the chocolate, though?
Because they're goddamn gulping drug-addicted carnies.
I understand. I totally understand them wanting to win the prize and opening all the chocolate, but why did they have to eat all of it?
They had to eat all of it.
They don't explain
because they're
that.
Sick.
And they also don't explain how every single person, when Moze is, like, trying to sell throughout the episode, is always like, I don't like chocolate. It makes me sick. Like, every single person that tries to sell to.
Moze is a good saleswoman, all right? So she sells every chocolate
Supposedly.
bar. Well, she sells every chocolate bar except for the final last one. Now, another thing that's a problem here is why are all these children, they're all trying to sell chocolate in the school, at the school, to everybody else that's also trying to sell chocolate.
They're dumb.
Supply is exceeding demand in this scenario here.
Yes.
You know?
That means you need to drop that price. That price needs a...
Well, they need to expand. Like, Moze eventually goes door to door to sell the chocolate. That's what that's what they need to really be doing.
Imagine someone showing up to your door, though, and trying to sell you a chocolate bar.
It's crazy.
I don't fucking want that.
Psychotic.
I'm at home.
Yeah, no, it's like, no, I don't. I would go to the store and buy chocolate, and I don't ever do that.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, exactly. I never do. The only type of salesmen that get me like that are Girl Scouts, because Girl Scout cookies are great.
Has a Girl Scout come door to your door?
No, I get it when I go to Publix because they sit out there.
Well, you never see them anymore, man. I feel.
I got them straight away.
They don't come
they
here.
Were in our Publix.
Maybe there's no Girl Scouts in Gainesville. I don't know.
There's no children in Gainesville.
I've seen them. Not near, maybe not where I live. I don't know.
Not for the demand. Not for the amount of demand that there is for the cookies.
I think there's a lot of demand for Girl Scout cookies all the time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the demand's so high that the supply can't fill it.
Maybe. I think you can order them online though now, so maybe I'll do that sometime.
Shit. Well, that's too easy, honestly.
It almost is too easy. It's like, damn, will they taste?
It ruins the kind of like the charm of it all, you know.
Yeah. You don't feel like you're supporting them, even though I guess you are.
When you have to get like a couple boxes of Thin Mints, you got to try to make it last. You got to try to not eat the whole sleeve all at once.
Yeah, you got to give them exact like dollars or not, and make them work. You know, make them do some math.
I mean, it's all pretty easy math. They're like $5 a box
it is
now,
easy
so
math.
you just like,
ooh,
you know.
They used to be $4.
Yeah, it's $5 now. I bought them because I got 3 boxes and I gave them a 20 and I got 5 back. It was sad, you know.
Yeah, they decide to so like Ned and Cookie start a carnival. That's their first scheme, which is the scheme that you do originally. I think a lot of people when they get hooked on a drug, they're like, we should start a carnival.
They definitely start working at a carnival, I think, a lot of the time.
True, you're right. The entrepreneurship, and we called it out. It is implausible in the episode, and it would be implausible in real life.
Yeah.
They just have all this.
Because where did they get the upfront capital for?
That's what we don't
The
understand.
whole issue is the Capitol.
Yeah, because they have like games and prizes and shit.
Tons of prizes, which they make it seem like they were all donated, because it was like there was like a fake arm that was like donated from like the amputees society or whatever.
It's like that would be a $500 arm. What are we talking about?
Let's be real, right?
In California,
you're not getting that, dude. No shot someone's gonna donate that.
Yeah. Then they just,
but those were all sealed prizes. Did you see those ones behind them? That was still in plastic.
Yeah,
they had to go buy that shit.
Yeah, they might have ordered that from like Oriental Trading or something. That magazine that sells like bulk party supplies.
You think maybe they just went, it was like around Christmas time, and they just went to like the grocery store and like rifled through that box of like donations and just stole a bunch of shit?
They stole a bunch of toys for impoverished children around the world.
Yeah, exactly. I think they did that. I think Ned and Cookie did that.
I could see them doing that.
Yeah. After the chocolate addiction scenario?
Yeah, we're not talking about them in their right mind. We're talking about twisted versions of them. Twisted by the chocolate, the seed, the evil seed of cocoa. They do a half-court contest after that.
Also, Gordy wants to buy Moze's last bar.
Repeatedly.
She will not sell to family or friends.
Won't sell to friends.
Why would you not do that? Why would you not sell to family and friends? She makes it seem like it's because she's such a good salesman that she doesn't want to stoop to that level. That's kind of fucked up.
I thought it was like a nobility thing. She's like, it's not noble to to the art of sales. She doesn't want to stoop
to that level,
Yeah.
A true salesman reaches out to those they've got no connection to.
Yeah.
Cold calls only.
Yeah.
She should have started phoning people up.
I got a chocolate bar.
Just type in a random number in your phone.
Hello.
I got a chocolate.
Jennifer Mosley from JKPMS.
The Jennifer Mosley. The salesman of the year, Jennifer Mosley.
I heard you're interested in very rare chocolate bars. I have one of a kind.
I have you listed under my numbers of rare chocolate collectors.
It's like Newman from Seinfeld, like spins around in a chair. He answers the phone.
Yeah.
That's who she calls.
But yeah, they do the half court contest.
$1 per shot.
Which is kind of sick, but also backfires like a motherfucker. It's always based on Coconut Head fucking up their plan. Because even when they were carnies, we didn't say this, but the first customer is Coconut Head. He throws the ball, and it just flies behind him, and it breaks a window. Now, Sweeney blames Ned and Cook. Thoughts on that?
That is horseshit. I didn't realize that. You're right. He actually, because he fucks up the other two schemes too, directly.
Yeah, he fucks up all of them.
And he also fucks this one up directly too, but he fucking just runs away. He hit and runs.
Yeah.
And then they do take the blame, and that is fucked up.
And that's a $45 window. Now, I'm not 100% sure on the market and price of windows.
It's almost...
But it seems low.
Sweeney comes over and tells him that?
Yeah, Sweeney's like, that's a $45 window.
How the fuck would he know that's how would he know that's a $45 window?
I have no idea. Also, I feel like if a student accidentally breaks a window in a school, there's just no way the student would have to pay for it.
And why would the teacher be personally mad about? I mean, I guess you'd be disappointed. Yeah. Like you'd be like, "What the hell are you guys?"
You would just like. I guess you would just like report it. I don't know, to like the principal or to facilities or someone. I don't know. It's whoever's in charge of dealing with that.
It is a preposterous situation, to be fair.
Like he's like the science teacher. What? Well, that's not your jurisdiction, Sweeney.
Well,
you fuck.
He is also often the hall monitor. To be fair,
they weren't in the hall. They were inside of a classroom.
Were they?
Yeah.
I thought they were in the hall.
There was like bookcases and shit behind them. They were just posted up. They might have been in Sweeney's room. That might have been why he was upset.
Yeah. The prize for the half-court shot was a bicycle.
It was Cookie's bicycle.
Cookie's personal bicycle.
Cookie's brand new bicycle.
And so his whole thing is that he's like, we're gonna do this contest. We're gonna hold this contest, but it's gonna be a rigged contest. No one's gonna win it. It's impossible to win.
It's impossible.
Not without a remote. He should have done like a remote control missile, like guided missile in the basketball so he could steer it away from the basket.
Guided missile. An ICBM.
A drone inside of the basketball, if you will.
That would have been good.
But
it should have been like a weighted basketball, so like it's always gonna go to one side, you know. Like,
well, you'd feel that if they handed that, if Seth got his hands on that thing, he'd be like, "This is a."
Well, Seth wasn't out there though. Was Seth out in the waiting line? Was he waiting in line?
He didn't make an appearance. He didn't make an appearance.
He probably wasn't because he was actually playing in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like actually putting those hoops up.
He was putting in work some way or another.
Because it was halftime, brother.
Oh yeah. No, it was halftime. It was a halftime at a basketball game. They set up the half. That was the setting. Okay, I didn't actually realize that was the setting.
That's where you have the half court shots.
That makes sense. But yeah, so Coconut Head steps up. Was he the first one?
He was always the first one. He always is the first one. I don't know how he gets in line first every time.
So they made $1 off a Coconut Head.
They made $1.
Failed scheme.
I assume the other thing was also a $1.
He lost like maybe a $300 bicycle.
Yeah, well, his parents did.
Yeah, well,
Cookie Senior is not gonna like that.
Mr. Cookie.
Mr. Cookie's my father.
Is his? It'd be funny if his last name just was pronounced Cookie, like because it's spelled Cooke.
That'd be great. I mean, in an
it's
ideal
pronounced
setting.
Cookie.
Yeah.
It's like great. Yeah, like in the reboot, he's way older. Someone's like Simon Nelson Cook.
He's like correcting people.
He's like, it's pronounced Simon Nelson Cookie. Gordy.
They need to do the reboot.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. Well, no, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Cookie spins Coconut Head around, puts a blindfold on him, spins him around, gets him dizzy. He's like nauseous. Chucks the ball. Obviously, it goes right in. Swish shot.
Easiest bucket he's ever made.
Sinks it. He wins the bike. He rides the bike away. He's like, real excited.
Yeah. Bam, 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 he's just waving, Yeah.
Cookie faints.
Yeah, he does. He dies. We never get a conclusion on this situation either. Like, did his parents find out he fucking essentially pawned his bike for no money?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe
because they could have just gone and pawned the bike.
He might have
if they really wanted to.
He might try to like steal it from back.
He steals it back from Coconut Head.
Yeah,
that'd be sick. After Moze goes door to door selling, which is ultimately a failure. She gets the door shut on her multiple times and has a crazy lady at the end that puts a strainer on her head with a bunch of lights.
She's like, I know who you are.
She's like, you're here to steal my brain.
You're not going to steal my brain. I got a brain protector. Yeah, it's a colony.
Yeah, so
Christmas lights.
I don't know how this lady had like a nice ass house. I don't know how that happens, but whatever.
True. You never know.
But yeah, so that ends with her slamming the door and Moze calling her a crazy bitch. You don't hear the bitch, but it's implied.
Yeah, she had
you crazy, and then it slams and it cuts.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't gonna say boomer. That wasn't a thing you said back then.
No, that wasn't around yet. That wasn't around till like 2020.
Yeah, that's very recent. Well, saying it like that.
Saying it in that certain way, yeah, using it as like a mean term.
Gordy suggests a car bash.
Well, but first, after we get that, we get the great transition. That really sick, like camera, like going in on the buses for whatever reason outside.
Was that with the or was that zoom. That was before that?
No, I felt like it should have had the music.
No, it was just it was a B-roll transition shot to get us back, But the movement was, it was not just a quick pan, but also a zoom, back into the school.
Yeah. it like went towards the buses
Past the
and
buses,
towards the school.
towards
It was
school.
really sick.
Yeah, you were in the bus circle. He must have been standing.
I don't know if we described it the best way over an audio podcast, but if you're watching the video, you'd be able to see our hand motions.
No, yeah. So in the imagine you're standing in a school bus circle. There's buses here.
Yes,
you
yes.
Whip the camera past a couple buses and you zoom in on the school. That's all it is.
Yeah,
simple.
Yeah, that's all it is. Simple.
And Gordy's like, let's have a car bash. What's that?
Yeah.
What's that, you might ask? Well,
mm-hmm.
He, with his buddies, they're like, we got a junker car, and we raised $300. What was this, in 1965, Gordy? You fucking retard.
We got a junker car for free.
Yeah. Who gives you, I mean, definitely a junker car is worth $300 at least, right? I don't know. Maybe
at least. For parts? For scrap metal?
It would have to be such a shit car to not be worth at least $300 in this economy?
Yeah, but
talking about
then,
2007 then, of course. We're talking about
I'm just talking about pure materials. You know, the materials are still there.
I would think there's less cars then than there are now, but I don't.
Think about junkyard wars. You know what you could do with that vehicle.
True, though. Remember the junkyard wars? I mean, those junkyards were goddamn stacked with stuff. They had so many.
They were absolutely. They were like, I'm putting a V8 engine on my hovercraft, and everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, like no way. Those were just. They had to.
Those parts were sitting around. They're putting brand new, like, bright chrome parts into the thing.
Yeah.
That show was awesome, dude. You gotta rewatch that sometime.
They made a hovercraft and shit.
They made all sorts of crazy shit.
It was preposterous.
And it was always, like, teams of, like a mechanic and, like, a scientist and, like a random other tradesman. A dancer. And then a driver. Useless. And then the driver.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're like, that's a good idea. Let's do that. And then I guess do they say how they get the junker car?
He says somebody's name. I just don't remember who he says. He's like, you just ask blank for a junker. I forget what he says.
Ask old Milky.
He mentioned somebody. Yeah, old ask Uncle Dan for a old drunker.
Yeah. One of those repo cars that he's got.
Repo cars.
They smashed the wrong car though, the kids, of course.
Yeah. Again, mind you, I feel like didn't this happen? This happened in the car wash episode, didn't it?
To Krubs too?
No, it was to Sweeney that time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They did this exact scenario. They did the smash car thing.
I think it was just because, like, for no reason, Cookie had a hammer. The other time, though. This time, it was just... Yeah, they all smashed apparently Krub's car. Was it the same kind of car?
No, it was not the same kind of car. He had, like, a sick, like, old Corvette, it looked like. Yeah. It was just a little bit rust, you know, but it was still sick. It was beat to fuck afterwards.
I mean, what a preposterous mishap. How did this happen, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. The car that they were gonna smash, though, was kind of sick, too. It had those floodlights that, like, pop up, you know?
Yeah.
That was kind of tight.
It was like
we gotta get one of those.
Maybe late 80s.
It was like a Pontiac or something?
It was really hard to say.
I don't know cars, dude.
Obviously, they removed any identifying, logo or
they ripped all
emblem.
Ripped it all off.
Or name from it, so it was really hard to say. But
maybe it was a Saturn?
That'd be lame, but yeah.
They don't make those anymore.
Durga's like, you owe me the $60, you fucking motherfuckers, and then Moses,
you owe me the 60, and then Sweeney's, you owe me the 45, and then after, because they actually make a shitload of money on this car smashing deal, Krubs comes in and says, you owe me 100 something more from my deductible. How does he know? He knows already what he's gonna owe. Shot.
He must have his policy details just locked down on his brain.
Yeah, his eyes went white. They rolled back in his head, and he's like, I know my policy details. He's like, I got my agent on speed dial.
He's like, not the deductible. Whatever.
Would his insurance company even cover this? This is such a crazy thing. That a bunch of kids smashed his car to shit?
I don't know. I mean, they'd have to prove Ned arranged the whole thing, I guess, probably. It would probably come
Wouldn't
down
he go
on
to
Ned.
jail then?
It would come down.
Would had to.
His parents would be held responsible for the repair money.
In the great state of California?
Or they take all the kids and...
They imprison the kids?
All those kids, they hit and ran. They scattered.
Yeah, they did, and Krubs couldn't track them all down. He was ocular patting a couple of them down. He was trying to figure
they were all
out
kids I've never
details.
seen. They were all new kids on the show. Never seen.
He's like, I've never seen these kids.
He's like, who are you guys?
I think he probably caught Billy though. I think he probably saw him, and he's gonna keep that.
Billy
in the back
was
of
one
mind.
of them. Yeah, he was like the leader, wasn't he, of the Smashers? Of course.
Yeah, because he was like, I got some issues I got to work out, and then he was smashing.
Moze eventually.
You know what they should have done though, which they didn't do, is smash that other car. Then let's start smashing that car, making even more cash.
How are they going to
keep this party rolling?
Now, did you have to pay? Are the students?
You pay to smash. Pay to smash.
How much? $1 per person, or
they know? Billy put 15 down.
Out of pure good of his heart, or that was the amount he had to pay?
Well,
it's like
it might
it's
be
like $5 suggested donation. It's like, I'm going to give you $1, okay?
It might be a choose
just so I don't feel bad about myself, but I'm not giving you fucking $5. You know,
it could be a choose your own path. You know?
Yeah, it's like, or you could give $5 or $10 or $15.
Mm-hmm. It's like when we used to go to the Dunedin Museum before they started to charge, and they were like, we do donations, and we just walked through it.
Yeah, you show up,
like,
you're like,
no.
It's been a rough week this week, you don't got to donate, not this time, but next time I'll get you. But Gordy eventually is able to convince, I guess, Moze to sell that chocolate bar to him. He does not eat it. He doesn't eat chocolate for some reason, which is
yeah, he breaks their friendship. He says, we're not friends anymore. So now you can sell me the chocolate. Yes. And she goes along with that because her brain is absolutely melted at this point. She can't handle anymore.
Yeah, she's like, you fucking bastard! Ah! And then he's like, well, now we're no friends. You can sell me the bar. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
And then he buys it and chucks it, hits Coconut Head in the head.
Hits him square.
Oh, we didn't address this earlier. Moze throws the chocolate bar at a kid, takes the kid's eye out. She's like, the kid's like, I didn't even it was rough.
Also, that's a kid that I've never seen.
That was at the
before.
basketball game.
That's a new extra.
That was at the basketball
A brand
game.
new extra.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Coconut Head, immediately, he says, chocolate falls from the sky! And he opens it, and he's like, I just won! And he launches the chocolate, but he keeps that ticket, and he runs off.
Yeah.
This seems pretty late, by the way, for them to just win a regular Xbox. I think the Xbox 360 had just come out.
Well, they don't call it an Xbox by name, exactly.
But it was a photo of an Xbox. It was a poorly cropped photo of an Xbox.
For all I know, this might have been like in multiple years, generations past, even TV as well. Like, it might just be old tech that they're giving away. That's why it's free.
I mean, that is probably honestly the case. It should have been a Game Sphere. I don't know why Scott Fellows didn't fucking phone up Schneider and be like, listen, I gotta have the Game Sphere in this, dude. What
do I have to do to get the Game Sphere licensed technology?
Give me the license. You're never gonna use it again.
And then Dan Snyder's like...
Schneider was like... He was like, show me your feet.
Listen, Mr. Fellows. Listen, fellows.
Is that what he said?
I don't think so. He probably talks weird like that. He's a weird guy.
Fuck that guy. I assume, because I haven't heard anything, Scott Fellows is clean.
Scott Fellows is sitting at the table with a whiskey. He's sitting there like James goddamn Bond. He's like, you
Schneider's
bastard.
head is shaved. He's completely bald.
He's like a Bond villain. He is.
He's got the white collar. He's got the no button collar.
Yeah, he's got like a foot on his shirt, like that, some sort of an emblem, like a foot instead of an octopus. He's got a ring that's a foot.
That's fucked. It's all feet. Everything is feet. They're like, man, he's a fucked up guy. Damn. But they end up doing a sponge throwing competition to raise the money because the teachers, at this point, Durga, Sweeney, and Krubs, they're like, listen, we get it. Fundraising is too hard.
So Cookie's like, Cookie has a breakdown. He's like, we're students, not salesmen. It's like, that's fair.
It's true.
He says, we're supposed to eat chocolate, not sell it.
And that's motivational, I think.
Well, he ate too much chocolate. Maybe.
He did do it to himself.
Let's address this.
Kids aren't salesmen, though. Kids are bad salesmen. The only reason people buy things from kids is because they feel bad most of the time.
That's the absolute...
you know?
It's
But you're not going to feel bad for a middle schooler. Middle schoolers kind of suck.
Yeah, I mean, by and large, yeah. Most people that, most people that you hear about that have...
You buy from little kids because they're cute,
That's true, but it's like you don't really often I feel like you don't see middle school kids selling
No, they don't want to. Usually
by that point
when you're in middle school, you're like ugh!
The willpower you can't force them to do that shit no more.
Yeah, they got the hair, they're whipping it, At least I assume. I don't fucking know. I'm just picturing myself in middle school when I had the hair. You flip the hair to the side.
Yeah, you got to get swept.
But that's pretty much that episode. They do the sponge throwing and they raise the cash.
Which, yeah, they're big. They're like the sponges you would wash a car with, like big sponge. Imagine getting hit in the face with a wet sponge and you can't.
It would hurt. Because the kids weren't wringing it out first either. You
got to get it as wet as possible, of course.
And then
you fucking whip the thing with two hands at him.
As hard as it breaks Durga's nose. Oh!
Yeah, their face is all red. They gotta be all red after.
It bashes Sweeney's glasses into his eye. It fucking blinds his one eye. Oh!
He's like, he should have taken them off.
Takes a tooth out of Krubs.
Because I assume they're locked in like a what's the wooden thing?
Like the stocks.
Yeah.
They're locked in the stocks
with their heads in the holes.
Man, we got to go to some sort of old colonial village and take some pictures in those.
We got to go to a living history.
When are we going to go to a living history thing, man?
There's not as many in Florida. They're mostly there's a lot in like
there are
Virginia.
Heritage villages around here.
Yeah, there's a couple places, but yeah.
We should go up to Colonial Williamsburg sometime.
Yeah, and then we can go to Busch Gardens there too, right?
Yeah, that'd be sick. Oh, fuck.
That would be a good trip.
It's like European themed or something.
It is.
Right? I think.
Which we'll address Busch Gardens later, and that's it. But I think that's pretty much the episode, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm ready to rate it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm giving it? You know what? I've thought about it a little bit. That's a 5.5 out of 10. Oh! I was going to give it a 6, and I was like, no, I have to be harsher. Like, it just was weak. It was forgettable. And I couldn't relate to it at all. I never did this.
No, that's the other thing is these episodes. This one mostly is pretty unrelatable. But yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10. So pretty close.
I was going to do a 6 too. I changed it lower. Yeah. I haven't given an episode that low since like season 2.
I know. It's been a while since there was a week just like kind of throwaway episode. Like you said, it just doesn't tie into the whole anything.
It's nonsense. So competition is the second half.
Yes.
And so it starts off with a race.
The human race, Ned says. He's
the
like,
human race. You want to know why they call it the human race?
Yeah.
They start going. Fucking Ned and Billy are running as fast as they can through the hallways.
Yeah, Ned and Loomer. They're at a race to the seat. I guess
Billy is clearly a superior athlete.
Come on, man.
So I don't know why it was even close.
His legs are like he's so many more inches longer than Ned's legs. He's got so much
at least 6 inches
stride.
Longer.
Imagine how much longer his stride is.
Imagine how many more extracurriculars Billy may be up to.
His lung capacity, which may be damaged by glue huff and other things that Loomer's done to his body, but still.
Huffing paint, huffing other things.
A lot of huffing.
Well, it's only huffing.
Industrial huffing.
He's got like paint solvents. He's just a lot of experimental things he's huffing.
Well, I mean, yeah. But
whippets and shit.
Yeah, I don't. Ned gets what, a short chair?
He gets the short chair, which is remarkably short. Like he's like for the video audience, he's like down here for the fucking desk. Like
yeah, he's like 2 feet lower than Loomer and just sitting down.
Yeah. He's extraordinarily lower. And it's pretty funny, honestly. That's a pretty good wager because there's not really any stakes to it. It doesn't really matter if you lose, but it's really funny.
Yeah, especially for them, that's a lighthearted thing.
Yeah. You'd think it would be like Billy like hangs him by his underpants on like the flagpole or something.
Yeah, I mean, they do take it very seriously. Ned is like, I challenge you.
Yeah.
You know.
And they do that. Well, they should have done like they slice their hands and shake on it with blood. That would have been good.
Yeah.
That might have been too much, but
yeah, it was pretty serious though. I mean, they were they were real. I guess what does Pal teach? Social studies, right?
Principal Pal teaches social
or
studies
history.
For sure. No, I think it's social studies because it's a lot of geography based too.
A lot of culture, a lot of cultural appropriation, you might say.
A lot of it, and social studies encompasses all of those.
True, yes. He's like
social studies was a classic class, dude.
It was always a class I enjoyed. You know, it's not.
I loved it.
The stakes aren't like math or nothing.
No. I remember just watching a lot of like kid based documentaries in class.
Yes. You're like, let's go to Greece.
Yeah. Let's go to Egypt. Woo! You know, they do all those crazy things. Missy's back, by the way. Where's she been?
Oh yeah, Missy. Yes. Well, that's a good. I don't know where she's been. Missy, the foil to. In some ways, she's a foil to Moze, but really, she's got a weird relationship with Ned, where she's attracted to him and disgusted with him. But she loves Ned. She deeply loves Ned, and she can't deny it.
She wants to get with Ned.
She spends a lot of time next to Ned. She ends up in this episode with her leg tied to Ned's. They do a race, like a 3-legged race, like that, and they
never done one of those.
Groin to groin like that. For
that would be a weird way to do the race. You're facing each other.
You gotta walk. You gotta walk like that. Yeah, that would be crazy. Hard.
That'd be really hard.
It'd be hard to move that way for sure.
Can you imagine?
Like 2 crabs.
Legs tied together and arms tied together. You're just waddling. That'd be good. And Lisa is looking for a new dance partner.
Salsa.
For whatever reason. For really no reason at all. Kind of a weak insert, I think.
I think it's because they're trying to they're like, Lisa Zemo is actually a Latina. It's like, I don't know. Is she?
Is she?
She's got dark hair. That's all.
What is the last name Zemo?
Zemo?
I wonder what.
It sounds like it could be.
I wonder what that is. Could be anything.
Zemo? I don't.
I just don't know.
I don't think it's a real name. But Lisa, Lisa could be anything, really, at all.
But Cook wants in.
Lisa Simpson.
Cook wants in bad.
Well, Cook always wants in, but he's like, this is my in.
Well, I think he forgets is the thing. I think he'll hone in on something. He's got the blinders on, He'll hone in on something. So he saw this, and he was like, right, Lisa exists. And he was like, oh, fuck, I need to get with Lisa.
He's like,
and then he veered off.
Lisa's holding some sort of a contest for her attention.
It's crazy because I feel like between these episodes, Cook may have like 1 or 2 days where he's like a coherent human, and then and he'll do really well in class and stuff, and then all of a sudden something will happen, and he'll blind in on it, and he becomes a fucking crazy person for a day or 2.
Yeah, he might spin out. He might have multiple personalities or something like. I don't know.
Where's the Cook
manic
really
episodes?
Gritty movie to come out?
Yeah, I don't know. He's like, I mean, he's a cyborg. We haven't really addressed. They haven't. The fact that he's a cyborg hasn't come up hardly at all this entire season, which is a shame.
It came up in this one though, because he was like, I may not be a good dancer, but I'm good at computers and lying. I think is what he said.
Yes, but that was
hacking and lying.
That was just him editing a video of him and I guess some other guy dancing. Like he cuts to the feet, fancy footwork, and then cut the
feet
cookie.
shot.
Never do you see a whole body shot. Because it's an edited video where the feet are not the feet of Cookie dancing. Cookies.
It's a dead giveaway that the video is falsified.
It is. Yes.
If you for all of you out there that are looking to try to decipher between fake news.
Yeah, if you see a lot of cuts and not a full shot of anything like that, it's red flag number 1.
You don't want that.
Yeah.
That's why we put up our videos in full.
No editing.
And not just because we're not great editors.
Yep. But Principal Pal, the social studies teacher, he holds a contest, the Big Continent Contest.
Yes.
And there's a valuable prize.
The contest, mind you, very similar to Legends of the Hidden Temple, also a Nickelodeon show. A little bit older than this show, but the concept definitely was stolen for this episode.
Did they have teams of contest?
They had teams of two. So they had teams of two, and they all had a color, which these teams also had. Except in this show, they were divided based on continents. And in Legends of the Hidden Temple, they just have like a tribe name and like a symbol. But the colors are there, the pairs are there. They do various competitions to get to the end and to win.
Sure.
And it's all based on history and geography and stuff. It is Legends of the Hidden Temple.
I wonder if that went into the thought process of the guys.
I think it had to have. It was way too similar. Like, for those of you out there that are big Legends of the Hidden Temple fans,
I know
like
I've watched it, and I was like,
are you a Legend head though?
When's the last time you watched it? Like recently?
Are you a Templar?
Have you like went back and watched it?
Are you a fucking Templar?
I used to be a Templar, but I don't know if I might have lost the ways.
I hope they call themselves Templars. Yeah, I used to watch it on like what was it? It was like Nicktoons Network would like show random reruns. Or no, was it Nick Gas?
Yeah,
it was Gas.
Yes, Gas
yeah,
was
Gas.
Gas was lit as hell.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. You'd get like the children's American Gladiator and
then you see the Gatorade commercial where they're leaking Gatorade out of their face.
It'd be like Shaq, he's like sweating Gatorade.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
But he holds the contest. You got to get the teams.
Yeah,
Ned and Missy are the team. Ned picks Missy.
He does a lot of cultural appropriation, like you said,
we can
during
get
the
into
competition.
That. But
it's fucked up, a lot of it.
Yeah, they're Team Antarctica, Ned and Missy.
Great team to pick. I hope they picked that team because it's an underrated continent.
It's not clear whether they picked that team or not, but yeah, I guess they must be 7 teams.
Yeah, so there's
7
only
stages.
14 kids in that class?
You got me.
Well, you saw the chalkboard. Did the chalkboard have only the 7 continents, or was there like some subcontinents on there?
No, there was just the 7.
No subcontinents.
No.
Damn.
No. Stage 1
That's
is
a shame.
Africa. Stage 1, Africa.
Stage 1.
Which is the the birthplace of humankind.
Yeah, it's kind of beautiful in a way, you know?
Yeah, he's dressed up all in safari stuff. It's set up. I said it looks like...
He's not even really, though. He only has the pith helmet.
Well, yeah, he's dressed up
still
like
just
himself.
wearing his-
Like the guy from Six Flags.
Yeah.
You know, that guy.
I wish he would have had, like, the actual, like, safari outfit on with the really short shorts. That would have been sick.
That would have been better. But yeah, he just got a pith helmet on, and he's in a little exhibit that looks like it's at Busch Gardens. Like, there's African shit, like netting on the wall and, like, a mask. And
shout out to all of you Ned heads that have been to Busch Gardens.
I'm talking about Tampa Busch Gardens, dude. I'm not talking about goddamn European Busch Gardens.
No way.
Though we got to go.
I still want to go, yeah,
Yeah.
because it's just fun to go to parks, but, you know.
But yeah, they have a Nile River, like, water jug fill-up thing.
Yeah. They're just filling up at the water fountain, which is like a dual water fountain. It's like one of those old school
like a trough.
dual water. Yeah, it's ceramic. It's white ceramic. It's really nice.
It is a nice piece.
Might have been porcelain.
So, Ned and Missy, well, Missy really pulls the old switcheroo on Loomer.
She's like, "Can you hold these?"
Who was Loomer's partner?
Crony.
It was one of those.
No. Is the curly-haired kid Crony? Yeah, because then the other guy's Buzz.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Crony.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, "Can you hold these?" She might as well have taken her goddamn tits out. And they're like, "What? Yes, of course, Missy.
Ma'am.
And they give them their full jugs. They just they swap them.
The old switcheroo.
And then Missy and Ned get out of there, you know. And then the other guys are stuck with empty jugs like a couple of fucking losers.
Idiots.
Just
and that
fools.
definitely knocked them down a couple points because I assume they didn't even get second or third, because second or third still gets points. But Ned and Misty come first in that first competition. That is a good head start.
Well, I mean, a lot of the contests are just kind of preposterous. It's like everybody's just got to rush over to the water fountain, and then you got to rush over to the trash can to get the jars out of it. It's like, what are we...
Ideally, you have multiple legs in these races. So, like, the water one, it should have been, like, you needed more than just one trip to fill up the bucket. Because one trip is like, come on. Yeah. Like, at least have it to be some endurance where they have to make multiple runs to the thing, you know?
Yeah, it gives you a couple chances to catch up laps.
Yeah.
Some drama.
People slipping, people dying, you know?
Yeah, people getting wet and wild.
Like Survivor style. Come on, take a note out of Probst book.
Yeah. But, yeah, Cookie edited that video, by the way. We didn't really address this. How dumb Cookie is.
Yes. So Cookie didn't realize that the dancing would be for anything. He just thought he was going to spend time with Lisa. No siree. She's looking for a partner for a competition. A full competition.
Yeah, she's looking for an A-League level dancer.
Yeah,
Elite.
Which you think she really had the stuff? We didn't actually see her dance.
She
couldn't recover. She couldn't recover from a slip at the end.
Well, true. And back, I mean, like, until very recently, I mean, she couldn't even hardly breathe. How was she able to train as a dancer? You think that she got into dancing recently after her, like, whole, change over the past summer?
She had, like, a rhinoplasty and, like, a fucking something else.
Yeah. She's probably
her lungs got scraped out or something. I don't know what they did.
She might be, like, on like, steroids or something. Like, I don't know.
Percocets, maybe?
She's just completely... What would you say? Nodding out all the time?
Yeah. There's no reason for us to believe that she's fucking addicted to painkillers. But you know what? Maybe she is.
She had a lot of pills in her closet.
She did used to. Yeah.
I'm sure
she had a full pharmacy.
You think she's off the... She might be off some of that stuff, but some of the stuff...
She's got that song playing that's just like... It's just the Percocet. Molly Percocet, that's all.
I could see her.
That'd be a good intro song for her.
Yeah. If we get into stage
we find out that we do... What was that?
Oh, no. What were you going to say?
I was going to say we find out Gordy used to be a dance instructor. That's some new lore that we didn't know.
No. It doesn't not make sense.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that I could totally see him as, he was a dance instructor up until the point where he felt like he didn't need to anymore. He had given everything he needed to give.
I think he was a dance instructor. At the same time, he might have been like a jet ski rental guy.
I think he also may have been a theater director. I could see that as well.
I don't know. I think you got to be a little bit more legit to be a theater director.
I imagine him doing a bump and then immediately going in and having some sort of brilliant art. Thoughts?
Maybe.
You're doubtful.
I don't know if that's Gordy. I don't know if Gordy's that way. I think he's more like a party business guy.
That's fair enough. You know?
I don't know.
He is a party boy.
Not that he won't sing, he won't get behind the mic at like a karaoke night or something like that.
Yeah. We find out that Moze became bad at sports solely because Susie left.
Yeah, apparently she was the fire under Moze's ass, so to speak.
Yeah, I feel like that's remarkable that was the only thing keeping her good at sports.
It's just a dumb excuse, I think, from Moze.
Yeah.
It's a poor excuse, I would say.
And it was an excuse for them to shoehorn in Susie into the plot line.
It's the only thing that keeps this episode from being 100% throwaway is that we get I coach. Yeah. Susie becomes I coach, so she has her own little computer that she's being broadcast on, and she's like hassling and harassing and trash talking, and
she's talking shit to Moze at the end. which is helping her because
From
she's
the
able to
sidelines.
spike
From the
on the
sidelines.
competition.
She's like, Susie, I wish I could spike this into your fucking goddamn face, you fucking... I don't know. She's mad, but it's also there's like
It's a
respect.
good mad. Yeah, they high five through the camera or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, because Susie's like, what? You got bad form. Well, she was like saying
she's
weird
like
shit.
your doggy, your dog water, Moze.
Was Susie on the team?
So yeah, Susie used to be second in command on the team.
Okay, so that's what it. But Moze has been playing since Susie. Like, there's been episodes where Moze has played volleyball, like since Susie's gone, though, right? Or no?
I don't know. I mean, Susie hasn't been gone that long.
I guess you're right.
It's only been a couple
all that
episodes.
volleyball stuff was before Susie left, I guess.
Yeah. So the second competition in the race is a mud hut building competition
In South America.
for South America. It's pretty fucked up, honestly.
It's pretty funny, but he has Principal Pal is wearing a Chiquita banana like fruit hat, like a
yeah.
You know,
Like you would imagine, it's really tall and it's got all the fruit in it. I mean, this is a product of its time.
It's like a Carmen Miranda. That's the lady. She like is.
This is from 2007, like we've said before. It's clearly from 2007.
So yeah, they're building they're building a mud hut. That's the craziest thing.
It's so fucked up.
They present this mud hut. Was it Ned and was it Seth or no? Seth wasn't there. Why do I think that Seth was there?
I don't know. He might have been one of the.
He might have been in the room there, but Missy and Ned Turner in their mud hut. They don't win it though, do they?
No, because Billy smashes theirs. Because Ned laughs at Billy's because it's literally just a pile of mud with a bunch of sticks hanging out of it, and Ned's actually looked really sick. It kind of looked like the Flintstones' house actually. Yeah. And then Billy smashes it. So I assume, I don't know who wins that round. It might have been the North America team, which was like, who it was Coconut Head and what's her name?
I didn't keep track of who the teams were.
The girl that keeps harassing and loves Cookie. What the hell is her name? Fuck.
The girl that loves Cookie?
Yeah, the other good student, the Asian
Evelyn
girl.
Kwong.
Yeah, Kwong. Yeah, it was her and Coconut Head were Team North America. They were third place.
Of course they were. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like 6 stages to final, blah, blah, blah. We skip a couple things. We don't see every stage play out. That would be a lot of TV. It's only a goddamn 11-minute episode or something. So,
yeah.
iTeacher, we get that thing. Oh, Moze. So we're in iTeacher's class. Moze is having a competition test with Widget.
Lance Widget.
He makes an appearance in this episode, and he is driven mad by Moze.
Yeah, because she's making faces at him and fucking drawing in circles and just going, "Ooh, you little bitch," because it's like first to finish the quiz gets like extra credit or something like that.
Ooh, you Lance Widget. Ooh.
Ooh, you're such a dumb bitch. She's like fucking with him.
What was she saying exactly? I don't even remember.
She wasn't really saying anything. She was just making faces at him.
And somehow he must be weak.
He couldn't take it. He couldn't take the fire. Even though he calls everyone a moron. He couldn't take it.
Yeah, he's finally breaking.
Finally.
Gordy teaches Cookie how to dance, blah, blah, blah. That was a good choreographed scene. So Gordy and
that was also a credit sequence. That was where they show that in the opening credits.
Were they dancing with
the
mops?
Theme. Yeah, because of the Gordy spin is in it.
Yeah. Yeah, Gordy and Cookie both dancing with the mops.
That turns out to not help Cookie at all, though, because he's dog shit at dancing. And when he goes to dance with Lisa, he throws her into all the people, and she falls on the ground, and that's pretty much the end of that.
So I don't know if that's... And this made me think maybe this is his cyborg strength, because he really... I mean, he releases her, but she takes out, people, an entire room of people, including the, table that the judges are at.
Yeah.
She goes into that all the way across.
She does. She takes it right out. I think he has a couple servos in there to really get the launch off.
Yeah, he was like doing it, and he was used to just a broom, which is much lighter than Lisa.
Yeah. I think you could say that for sure. Yeah.
And then we end up at stage 7 is Asia, and
yes,
Mr. Pal has like a very cheap circle, like a red, like it's not even a rice patty hat. It's like a Japanese novelty hat.
That's what it's based off of, though.
Yeah, it's shaped like a rice patty hat, but it's like a felt.
But it has like red dragons on it.
It's like felt too. It's like a soft, like weird, like.
Well, because it has a part where it's like felt underneath, where it just like goes over his head like a beanie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really.
That's how you put it on. It's fun.
They do a 3-legged race at the end.
Why was that the
to go find a sauce jar?
Wait, hold on.
A jar of sauce.
Was that the Asia thing?
I have no idea what that competition was. I honestly have no idea. Was it Europe? Was it to find a? Was it Italy? Based, you're finding a jar of sauce.
They went into it. They dug through a trash can and they each pulled out jars of sauce. Someone pulled out a jar of what looked like beans.
Well, that was the false jar. I bet they didn't. I bet they couldn't even have won, even if they tried.
Yeah, they get the sauce.
You gotta have the sauce. Ned doesn't want to win this way though, because everyone has cheated at this point. They've openly cheated by stealing the treasure map that everybody looked at, and then at the end, Ned is, because he's filled with rage. He wants to beat Billy. He does the marble gag from the beginning and throws all the marbles come out of the locker because they tripped the wire. Everybody slips. Missy and Ned have the opportunity to win. Ned can't do it.
Missy's pissed.
Ned can't freaking bring himself to be that type of man on the inside, you know?
You don't think he is that type of man, though?
Well, he definitely is, but he doesn't want to.
I guess he's fighting against it, which is something.
He's fighting the demons inside of him.
Well, those are the demons those are from his father.
His father that abandoned him, that may have been Gordy. We're not 100% sure.
Oh yeah. Well, true. Presumably they are Gordy's demons, which makes sense.
I really hope that Gordy is actually his father. It really makes a lot of sense. But yeah, so Billy won, but the valuable prize inside the big box, which we didn't say in the beginning, it was kind of sick. It was on like a lazy Susan, and it was like spinning, and they were like, a valuable prize. But it turns out to just be a note that is like, it says like competition brings out the worst and the best of us, and like we'll see what side it brings out of you or some shit like that. I don't know what exactly it said.
It said something about knowledge, like knowledge is supreme.
Well, he was like knowledge is power, but like
knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everybody.
It was kind of a slap in the face by Principal Pal, honestly.
Well, Principal Pal is a troll, first and foremost.
He is. He was actually the founder of 4chan, believe it or not.
Yeah. that probably makes sense.
But what do you rate this episode out of 10? I feel like that's pretty much the episode.
Well, man. I guess I'll give it the same thing I gave the other one. 6.25. I'll do this one. I think this was a little bit better, just a little bit better than the other one. So 6.25. Weasels. Nice. Where's the weasel been? Holy shit!
The weasel's been gone. AFK. The weasel's dead.
It must be.
I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I think it's a little bit better than the first half.
Yeah.
Because I liked the Legends of the Hidden Temple aspect of it.
Pal's always good.
Yeah, Pal's solid. The Lisa stuff was useless nonsense.
It was
I just like the one part where Gordy said he used to be a dance instructor. It was just kind of funny. He was like reading a book and stuff.
I feel like it was just that whole thing was probably just to shoehorn that in, because it's like she's never been a dancer. She's never danced a day in her life. She doesn't look like she has rhythm. Like like you said, it's like there's nothing about her that screams dancer.
But yeah, it's these are forgettable pair of episodes. I assume the next ones we'll get back on track.
Hopefully.
Also, what's his name wasn't in this? Moze's love interest. What's the fucking guy?
Feynman.
Yeah, Feynman. Yeah, he wasn't in it.
Where's he been?
He was gone.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know where he is.
So this is a pretty random episode. This is like
it feels out of place. It feels out of place.
Definition of skippable. But yeah, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at @harbor_boys and at YouTube, youtube.com/c/theharborboys for the video.
Yeah, thanks.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
It's in the beans. It's in the beans.